Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, it is so good to have you here. I'm Maxine Fisher, an author, fiber artist, and queer parent of one, and we are going to be doing a special crochet project today. This is a pattern that I've had on my bucket list forever. The instant I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to crochet this because it is so realistic and so detailed, and I've just been like dying to get into it. The only reason why I hadn't started it was because it didn't quite match the aesthetic of my shop. I am very, I have a lot of things that are very cute, kawaii, things with faces, little critters, little guys, and this one is not something with a face, but it is something that is lives in the ocean. And before I keep you too long in suspense, I am going to be doing Rory SeaStar by Cody Loops Designs. I have done a couple of other Cody Loops patterns. I did the realistic sea turtle. I've also done her mermaids and her anemone bursts. And Ines, who runs Cody Loops, is a marine biologist, and she specializes in doing like super realistic marine life. So this one, Rory SeaStar, is designed to look like a horned sea star, and it is just, it's so pretty. I have been wanting to do this forever. I finally found an excuse to do Rory SeaStar because even though it doesn't have a face, I'm thinking if I do one and size up the yarn, I might make a really cute like accent pillow slash huggable plushie. I was at my aunt's beach house not too long ago, and I was just thinking this would be so cute, like in their living room. And their beach house is a lot like every beach house I've ever been to. Not that I've been to a lot, but everything's like white, like blue sea foam, a lot of like ocean styled resin art, where, you know, it just reminds you of the sea and of relaxing and just kicking your feet back in a kind of a pristine environment. Hi Lily. So nice of you to join us, meow meow. What's the matter? You want love loves? You want love loves? Here. So with that beach house aesthetic in mind, I picked some yarn that is hopefully going to be on the chunkier side and make kind of the biggest Rory SeaStar that we can. So here I have, hush, hush, hush. Here I have my yarn. It is Demi Pearl by Loops and Threads. You can find this at Michael's. And I used the colors, let's see, this is Baltic Sea and Blanc de Blanc. So this is a cream color, and this is like a sky blue color. They have a lighter one called Sky something, that's like a sky blue that's lighter, but this is the brighter blue, and I feel like that's the blue I see in beach houses. It's pretty like Florida ocean kind of blue is what I'm going for. So hopefully this, you know, either somebody will enjoy this as a Starfish plushie, or they will enjoy it as an accent pillow in their beach house. But we'll see how big Rory SeaStar comes out, and then we'll find out. I actually did reach out to Ines, and I asked her, I basically asked them, like, how big does Rory SeaStar get? Have you ever tried it in chunky yarn? And she was saying something like, you know, try Honey Bunny Big. Unfortunately, I've never tried Hobie yarn, and I'm not sure. Am I even pronouncing it right? Is it Hobie or Hobby? Anyway, I haven't done hobby yarn yet, but I figured let me try this Demi Pearl, because this is like the thickest blanket yarn I can find that's readily accessible, where if somebody ordered it from me, I can get it again. Oh, that's a beautiful center pull. Well, I like this stuff because it's really fluffy. It's really soft, and especially this Blanc de Blanc is really soft. This isn't too rough, but it's okay. I need to return the other skein I got because it is all messed up. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into the pattern. I am going to be using a 9mm hook with this stuff. I hope it's big enough. This is literally the biggest hook I own. But let us get started. I know I'm just a little ways into this, but I just had to come on and show you my progress so far. Look, it's gonna be so cute. It feels so nice working with the jumbo fluffy yarn. I don't even want to say fluffy. It's just very soft. And I like this so much better than something like Parfait XL because as much as Parfait XL is fine, it flakes off a lot. It kind of falls apart, and this just really keeps itself together. I'm not getting all those little fluffies, even at the ends of the, like at the yarn ends, it doesn't fall apart. So this is like, it's like working with blanket yarn, but like big, like jumbo blanket yarn. Okay, that was deceptively simple. So here is one of the 5 arms. Yay! I feel like it came out really nice. Maybe I got a little bit of spiraling here. I don't know, it looks on maybe I just need to just kind of twist a little bit. That came out so nice and even. It looks beautiful. It is a little smaller than I was hoping. I was hoping to have it a little bit larger because the pictures on the pattern really just kind of show these really jumbo SeaStars, but I think maybe a lot of people use blanket yarn already for the Rory pattern. But I'm gonna make it as big as I can, and we will see how it comes out. If worst comes to worst, I will have a beautiful Starfish plushie. It's definitely gonna be like at least, I wanna say like this big. So like, yeah, it might not be pillow-y, but definitely like accent pillow on beach house sofa kind of vibes. It's gonna be cute. I did talk to, anyway, I mentioned before that I reached out to Inez and was asking about the yarn to use, and she did mention that a lot of people had asked her for a jumbo Rory pattern that they could use as an actual pillow that would be like pillow sized with regular blanket yarn. So maybe there may be one forthcoming in the future, but for now we are going to finish up this little guy and see how big he comes out. Good morning, everybody. Coming on to show you my progress with Rory. So I have mixed feelings about this. These are all the 5 arms. They look so good. I really like how they came out, but with my desire to make Rory a jumbo starfish, I'm just not sure this is cutting it for me. This is as close to me as I can get it. So this is how it's coming out. This is definitely going to be a jumbo starfish, but not a starfish pillow, which was what I was really hoping to make. I wanted it to be able to be an accent pillow like you would see in somebody's beach house. In addition, using my 9mm crochet hook, I feel like this stitching, I mean, it looks good, but it feels soft and flexible to me. And I want it to kind of have enough stiffness that it'll keep its shape. If you look at the picture of Rory SeaStar, you see it's got this nice, very kind of curvy starfish shape that I feel like is not going to necessarily hold up with a softer exterior that's more flexible. So after finally sleeping on it, I have decided I'm back to the drawing board. I need to go shopping and see if I can find a better yarn for this particular project. I really like working with demi pearl. It was so soft to work with, but this just isn't cutting it for me. I was looking at my stash if I can grab something comparable. So this is Parfait XL Sprinkles, and holding it next to the demi pearl yarn, which I should have done to begin with, I feel like, I should have done this to begin with, but I'm holding this next to the demi pearl yarn, and you can definitely see that the Parfait XL is much bigger than the demi pearl. I chose demi pearl because it's more of a blanket yarn, and even though it's not quite as dense as like something like Bernat blanket, I wanted it to have more stiffness and more durability, because Parfait XL is nice for jumbo plushies, but it's very soft and flaky and it'll just kind of fall apart at the ends. So I wanted this to be something that is a pillow that you can bat around and sit on and lean your elbow on and not be worried about breaking it. So I've got to find something bigger than this that is heavy duty and going to hold up to more wear. So I might need to go shopping. Hey everyone, I just got out of Michael's, so I might have spent some money there. So I got more yarn for the Starfish, and here is what we have. Let me turn this right side up. Oh my word. This yarn is bigger than me, I swear. So this is Bernat Blanket Big, and it recommends a 25 millimeter hook, which I don't believe them because amigurumi always needs a smaller hook, but I might need to go shopping online and get a larger clover hook for this. Let's see how this works up. This is literally the biggest yarn I could find there without being like the jumbo big yarn. I have never crocheted with this before, and I really hope I don't like get a hernia or something from crocheting with this, but I really wanted to make Rory SeaStar in something that was dense. Like they had the big fluffy yarn and it just didn't feel dense enough. I want the SeaStar to have some shape to it. I really want to show off the beautiful pattern that's stitching. I don't want it to be floppy. So this is what I came up with, and I am going to go home and get to work and see how this turns out. Fingers crossed, because I don't know if I have enough. They only had one skein of blue. If it's not enough, I might have to go shopping again, but I am desperate. I want to make this Starfish into a pillow. It's gotta happen. So let's see how this works. All right, folks, I just got back from Michael's, and I splurged and got this. Jumbo yarn. I have never crocheted with anything this thick before. Oh my word. This is calling for so this calls for a 25 millimeter hook. I don't think I need to go that big because look at this is the blanket on the front cover that you can see, and look how loose that weave is. I have no intention of crocheting that loosely. I really need a tight tension, not only for amigurumi in general, but also for Rory the SeaStar specifically needs, I'm sitting here fiddling with this yarn. Look how thick it is. Look how jumbo. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I need a smaller crochet hook than that, but I don't think this 9 millimeter that I was using is going to cut it. No, I do need, yeah, you can't even see the hook under this yarn. I need something bigger than this. So I'm going to go shopping again, and I grabbed a 15 millimeter hook off Amazon to work with this. I don't know if I'll need that big, but I'm going to start with 15 and maybe back it off if I need to like maybe an 11 or 12. Let's see how this works out, because I want this to be fluffy, but I also want it to be tight so it keeps that shape and that stiffness and is like a pillow you can kind of sink your elbow into. I don't want this to have like a jelly cat feel. I don't want it to be really poofy and soft. I want it to be fluffy but firm. So let's see what I can come up with. All right, y'all, so while I am waiting for that 15 millimeter crochet hook to come in, I did want to complete the Rory SeaStar that I started with the demi pearl yarn. So I am literally just going to have a giant Starfish plushie and wait for the pillow one. So here is my progress so far. Here he is. Oh, it's like super floppy right now because it's not stuffed, but I can definitely see the shaping taking place in the top. I love it. I love it. Here's it like the size of my head. It's pretty big, y'all. This isn't not a pillow, but it's definitely like a giant SeaStar. I can still see this being like decor in a beach house, if that makes sense. Maybe not a pillow, but yeah, this is huge. I am loving it. I'm thinking maybe when I use the giant yarn, depending on things, maybe I'll try the mini Rory. So it'll have a little less point to it and a little more puff, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, I got Rory here, and I'm gonna do the bottom real quick. I'm just gonna stuff it and make it and see how it comes out, and that way I can do the pattern really easily once I have the big yarn to work with. Everyone, here is my finished Rory SeaStar in the smaller yarn. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. He is so jumbo. This is like pulling the little fuzzies off after I embroidered the detail, but oh my goodness, it's so big and huggable. I really, really love it. I hope somebody enjoys this just as much. So I'm going to bring this to my upcoming market, and, you know, and if it sells, it sells. And if not, maybe I'll give him as a gift. By the way, this is the underside. But now I am going to work on Rory in the chunky jumbo, super jumbo Bernat big yarn. Look at this up to the demi pearl. This is going to be humongous. I am so excited. I've never worked with yarn that big before, so I'm expecting it might be a little cumbersome. But you know what? This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a starfish pillow. And here, let me get up and show you guys the original size Rory starfish. With my, here's my handy dandy chair. Let me pull the camera back so you guys can see. There he is. Just sitting happy. See, I feel like this is accent sculpture size, but definitely not pillow size. So I want to, hang on, let me sit down again. Yeah, I feel like this is accent sculpture size, but definitely not accent pillow size. Like a pillow is something I'd want to put my head on, that I'd want to just sort of, you know, use as an armrest. By the way, I had to stuff the living daylights out of this bad boy. You need to stuff this 3 times as firmly as you think you want to. Like once you think it's stuffed, just keep on shoving more stuffing in there. And when you think it's really, really stuffed, add another handful. So I stuffed this really firm. I still feel like I'm not totally satisfied with how the ends feel, but you know, for a plush, it's fine. For a pillow, I am going to stuff the living daylights out of the jumbo one. So let's get cooking. Hey everyone. Okay, so you all know that I try to keep it real on this channel. So this today is me keeping it real and holding myself accountable. I did not make the jumbo Rory SeaStar. So I'm going to show you my progress and you will be able to see why. So here is the, again, here's the Rory that I made with the demi pearl yarn. It did come out a little bit small, and I really wanted something bigger. So here is what I got. So this is the yarn that I chose, which is Bernat Blanket Big. And guys, this is literally the smallest big like jumbo yarn I could find at Michael's, which was a jump up from the demi pearl. And I didn't want to make it out of Sweet Snuggles because I feel like that yarn tends to fall apart. It's more like, I don't even know what it's intended for, but definitely not a pillow. So this is the progress. By the way, this is the 15 millimeter hook. Look how huge this is. Like, this is it next to me. This is enormous. And at first I was like, you know, I could do this, but then this is what I came out with. This is literally the first 2 rounds. And here is where I stopped because, oh my word, I don't think I can do this, guys. Seriously, no. Even so, like, I feel like this hook is a little bit small to be working with this yarn at 15 millimeters. And this is the biggest clover hook I could find. So I think what I'm gonna do is I need to return this yarn. I'm going to just gently open this up. It's not ruined. You can see me frogging this. And I think this will go easily back to its original form and back in the ball, and somebody else can try whatever the heck this is, but I am not working with this. I'm sorry. I can't. It's not plushie yarn. This is like, I feel like this is like blanket yarn for finger crocheting. And it's just not suitable for what I wanted it to do. I think that if I make a pillow out of this, it's going to come out huge. It's going to be like bed pillow sized. And honestly, I am just not up for that kind of project. I'm sorry. I'm not making a giant starfish. I wanted a giant starfish, but not that giant. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So, folks, this is me calling this video. I did not make a pillow-sized starfish. Given the materials that are available to us currently, I was not able to find something that I felt comfortable with working in that bulky size. So this is literally as big as I could make Rory SeaStar right here. I still think he's really jumbo, and he definitely would make like a little neck pillow or just a nice little accent pillow for your beach house. But I think there is a need out there. So who is this? Cody Loops. Ines, if you're watching, I would absolutely love to see a pillow-sized Rory SeaStar. I will be waiting for it because I'm one of their followers on Instagram, and their stuff is absolutely amazing. So if Ines comes out with a pillow-sized Rory SeaStar, I will make another video in which I try it out and review the pattern and hopefully come out with something super amazing. Meanwhile, I'm going to enjoy my Rory. Rory is up for adoption now, and you can find him on my website. I will also be at the Pride Market in June if you're local to Wilmington, Delaware. So I am super excited about the next pattern that we will be working on, but it will not be this one. So thank you all for watching. I'm sorry that today's video turned out to be kind of a failure, but you know what? You gotta, I think when you feel like you failed, you gotta count your successes, because even as I'm saying that, I'm like, this was not a failure. This is a work of art. I am really, really happy with the Rory SeaStar that I made. And I am excited for him to go off to his forever home. So thank you all for watching. As always, be kind in the comments to me, to others, and ultimately to yourself. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and stay creative. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.